Man, vlogging while driving and listening to a podcast, it's not a, there's too much stuff going on right now. I can't concentrate. This is too hard. I was saying it's one of those things where I got something important to say, but this isn't a good spot.
I want you to start thinking about a different checking account for your business. Products that we have.
You see, there's millions and millions of people that are dealing with this thing in society that they just can't help with.
From startup.
It's like there's always something going on. Like it's hard to just keep like. There's a distraction going. Stop. There's a distraction going on. Well, we're talking about ADHD, ADD, ADHD, and yeah, like I said, there's millions and millions of people, not just kids, but adults that are affected by it each and every day. But what's going on with it, and how do we get to this point? And how can we help? So if we really look at the big picture of things, and if we look at society as a whole, it's pretty obvious that in today's day and age, it's a lot more toxic than 50 to 100 years ago. So someone say with maybe a genetic predisposition 50 to 100 years ago, they might have kind of gotten away with not having this thing. Where today, it's almost magnified with all the chemicals in our food and the air and the water, gluten intolerances, like all this stuff. It almost magnifies if we have some sort of susceptibility to having either ADD, ADHD, anxiety, or some other neurodevelopmental disorder. Now with that, there's another component we need to take into consideration, and that's the nervous system. And we've talked a little bit about the nervous system before, and the nervous system is really like a giant sponge, and research tells us that we take in 11 trillion bits of information every single second. That's crazy to think about. Now obviously we're not conscious of all that, otherwise there's no way I'd even be able to talk to this camera. But say we're conscious of a little bit too much, or maybe not enough. Now suddenly that can start to look like anxiety, ADD, ADHD. And what research is also telling us is that a lot of these people that have ADHD, ADD, anxiety, they have a nervous system issue going on and they don't even know it. So that's what we do in the specific chiropractic centers, is we work directly with the nervous system and its relationship to those sort of disorders. And once we're able to get the nervous system working how it's supposed to, that's when people start to see a change in how they feel and their behavior. I always tell people that feeling follows function. Once we get the body working and functioning how it's supposed to, that's when they start to feel better, and that's when we start to see the changes. At the specific chiropractic centers Lake Country, we work with a ton of people who are dealing with autism, anxiety, ADD, ADHD, and we're able to see huge improvements in their behavior, and they feel a lot better. They don't feel like they have to go onto medication just because they're starting to function how they're supposed to. And I know a lot of people and a lot of parents, they fear putting themselves or their children on medication because they don't want to take away from themselves or their child's personality. They want them to remain the same. And that's really what my goal here is at the specific, is to give you an outlet and almost be an alternative form of kind of helping out these conditions. So if that makes sense to you, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Feel free to shoot me a message on Facebook, give me a call, check out my website, lakecountry.thespecific.com, a bunch of good resources on there. You might be on there right now watching this video, so check it out. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next week.